Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Chico. It is certainly my pleasure to be here today. I was with my family in Atlanta last week. It was our first annual, we decided, gathering for Thanksgiving. It was the first time we had all ever been together for anything.
Wow.
And it was profound. And there was so much profundity that I don't have enough time in a week of Sundays. But I'll intersperse a little bit the next few weeks. But it was just a grand time. And as I announced 2 weeks ago, I was getting ready to go to my family dysfunction. And I always celebrate that. I always speak that out. I always toast to that because it gives us permission to be authentic and not judge. And there was none of that. There were knowing looks and glances when the fun was being displayed. But it wasn't me. It wasn't less than. It was jovial. So, what I know about today, it's a glorious day, filled with infinite possibility. And it's filled with abundant good cheer, awaiting our recognition of that goodness. The month of December, for me, reminds me, and I'm sure all of us, to be of good cheer. I love that. Be of good cheer. That's a wonderful expression to use this month. Cecile, be of good cheer. It's across the board good feeling. It's not specific to a certain religion or a culture. It crosses all boundaries. So be of good cheer. Can I hear it? Can you say that? Be of
good cheer.
Be of good cheer. So be of good cheer, whatever that means to you. Be of good cheer. And this season is filled with, all kinds of traditions. There's the gathering of the family, and lots of friends, and maybe a few pets. We had a few pets. And there's shopping and plenty of food and beverage. But my favorite for today's lesson is the Christmas tree. Resplendent with the lights. Our theme this month is light. Let's celebrate the light, engaging the light, embracing the light. And there's something magical to me about the whole idea of decorating the tree in that process. Because for me, it's quite the example of the way we do our individual lives. Like the Christmas tree, we are just pretty much fine the way we are. Look around. We're just pretty much fine the way we are. We live and we grow and we do and whatever we do our lives, we do, and here we are, all in the mix of the human race. But add the lights, and suddenly there is this radiance. There is this radiance that just flows forth. Well, the lights transform the usual, the normal, or the average into what I call a magnificent. So what would you rather see when you look at me?
No.
Or, hi, be of good cheer. Humbug.
Yeah.
Well, Maggie gets humbug. Maggie wants humbug. So there's a difference in us when we live from the radiant splendor of the magnificence that we are. We are transformed in that process because we are open to the light of truth within us. This transformation into magnificence begins with each one of us. It doesn't begin with me. Mine does, but yours doesn't. This may inspire you, but you have to get your own. And you have your own. You have your own. But this transformation into this magnificence begins with a component called faith. Faith, we've probably heard all of our spiritual lives. You know, it's a thing where ye of little faith, you don't get there. Well, that's kind of true. Now, in our teaching Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes tells us, if one will have faith in him or herself, faith in the fellow man, in the universe, and in God, and by the light of this faith, this person will be able to see that all is good. That all is good. And the light shed by this faith will light the way for others. So that's what we do when we are lit up, so to speak. That it's contagious. There's an influence. It's like the candle in the dark. It moves out. The dark dissipates. Faith opens the pathways of the Spirit to show up brighter. It's here already, this light, this brightness, this night. But the faith in it opens the heart and the mind and the doorways for it to be seen in a greater way. And we become a beacon of light as a result of that. Well, I believe this inner beacon of light is our awakening to the good of God. Because God is a contraction of good. So good, God. Why do we often see paintings of, the fingers touching, or people clasping, or it's the connection, the one connection, as good, as God. It's the grandeur of the beloved, which is love. Now, I believe the true gift of life and the gift we are offered is each and every moment of every day, because it's love. And we have the love to light our way. And that love empowers us to do whatever it is we are called to do. Well, I put up my Christmas tree yesterday. It's one of those in the box easy ones. Actually, 2 boxes. But and the tree in the box works for me as a metaphor today. Because we tend to be in the box of living for 11 months out of the year until Christmas gets here. Do you feel the shift in yourself when we think after Thanksgiving comes Christmas, and a lot of us start moving out, expressing differently, thinking about gifting at others, and that whole pouring out. But for those 11 months, we tend to live our lives, going to work, raising our families, all the stuff the world says, do, do, do. Then comes Christmas. Our focus shifts. We come out of the box, if you will. And for a time, we embrace the spirit of the season. About 4 weeks, give or take, 3 or 4 days. When my tree came out of the box, it was a bit crumpled, and it needed some assembly. Straightened out a few of the branches, because they were turn it just right, get it up there. 11 months of being boxed in can do it to us. To the tree and to us. But so there it stood, tall, all 5 feet of it, on a table, 5 feet of it. Nice shade, good color. But wait, there was something missing. There was something missing. It wasn't plugged in. The lights hadn't been switched on yet. And when I did that, wow, it was magnificent. It didn't need anything else. I have lots of stuff. Over the years, we collected themes for 12 and 15-foot trees, and 2 years that fell over, boom. Exciting times. Exciting times. Now it's in the box, 11 months, comes out, stays up, it's perfect. But what was missing was the light being turned on. The lights were there. It's all ready to plug in. But it had to be done. Who does that? Not the tree. It has to be taken and consciously plugged in. So that's what we do. We must consciously plug into that which is available to us. That current, that love, that light. It's available to us. You know, our human being can become crumpled and need some assembly along the way, just like the tree. And sometimes we need a bit of straightening, don't we, along the way. And that's okay. The good news is, we expand, as we expand our faith in the divine good, into this inner light, the path becomes more illumined. We get to know the way to do things. And we are awake more of the time to do them. So to what are we awakening? Well, I believe it's to this inner light. To come true to the love of Spirit, to the love of God. To me, awakening is an ever-evolving awareness of the divine givingness of God. There's a divine givingness of God. There is nothing that I learned many years ago in this teaching. We cannot outgive God. We cannot outgive our spiritual nature. There's an ongoing reservoir, never depleted. The more we give of whatever we have, love, currency, whether it's electric or money, it's a flow. It's a divine flow. It's a givingness. Awakening is a drawing toward a recognition of our nature as spiritual beings. So let me say it this way, a little bit of a nutshell. The drawing toward is our divine calling. It's not a push or a pull. It's a state of being. There's a lot of times I thought I had to go get something when it was here all the time. The calling is not necessarily from out there. It's from in here to let out. And so do you want to awaken to a greater awareness of your inner light? I always do. Because this ain't it, folks. This ain't it. There's always something greater. This is pretty good, right? But there's always something greater. And so it's an expectation of a child, which is a reminder again this year, in this season, of be more like a child. It is within you, this inner light to awaken. And it's all you are, and you deserve it. You deserve it. So please say yes whenever you hear it, because you will. Ernest Holmes tells us in Words That Can Heal, be certain that the desire is consistent with the nature of reality. We may be certain that if our desire is toward a greater degree of livingness for ourselves and others, and harms no one, then it is aligned with the divine will, which means our divine nature. Divine will, divine nature, see those as one. So when we are aligned with our divine nature, therein is the love that we are. Because it's natural, it's easy, it's peaceful, it takes from no one. When we are aligned with our divine nature, as I said, therein is love. The love illumines, the love heals. When we uncover what we love it. Whenever you uncover whatever it is you love, embrace it, love it, and watch it grow. It's like Joan's garden over here. That's what she loves in life, is nature and her garden. And she's brought a piece of her love here to the west side of the building. So watch that grow. She's planted a beautiful garden And even in its midwinter state, there's a beauty. So plug yourself into the divine currency this year. It's easy to feel right now, isn't it? This is the beginning of a new awakening to ourselves, spiritual nature. Did you get that? This is the beginning of a new awakening of ourselves, spiritual self. Ernest Holmes tells us again, we cannot pour the new wine of spiritual inspiration into old bottles of morbid introspection. We must let the mistakes of yesterday disappear into new seasons, new grapes, new wine, new life for old, hope for despair, faith for fear, and love for hate. The familiar let go and let God holds true. For many of us this year, we have seen a great deal of letting go. Clearing and shifting, and ultimately a greater acceptance of something new. Something new. And like a child that's born, sometimes we kick and we scream. And if you're like me, I was told, I was present, but I wasn't born yet. I had a couple of false starts. So I bring that up because it's a pattern that to this day presents itself. Before I was born, there was a bit of hesitancy in being in the world. And to know that is powerful for me, because I get through that more easily. Used to be a crippling, now it's a feeling, an awareness. The wisdom of Raymond Charles Barker. Break your ruts. You don't need to change the way you get out of bed, but you do need to change your other ruts. Anything that is the same old pattern, watch it and break it. The world is exploding with new ideas, and we sit in the routine, the rut. So, beloveds, awaken to your inner light and begin it now. Are you ready? Revelations 21:15. Behold, I make all things new. Behold, beloveds, we make all things new. Through our thinking, through our belief, through the ways we understand our patterns of thinking, and spiritual truth. So, as I near the end of my lesson, uncover what you love. Unfurl your inner self and reveal the real you. And I'd like to offer that you repeat this with me. I illuminate the divine spark of the divine. I illuminate the divine spark of the divine, which with me is the shine. So watch out, world.
Watch out, world.
Because here I am.
Here I am.
Spirit, having a magnificent time.
Spirit, having a magnificent time.
And so it is.
And